how you square in. The Fortnite community is losing their minds yet again, and this time it is actually embarrassing. If you didn't know, Fortnite removed Rarity last night, meaning that your precious little favorite cosmetics no longer have a color assigned to them in the locker. Now, I have kind of mixed opinions on this, and you'll see later on in the video, but you'll also see that the community is taking this to an extreme almost I've never seen before. As always, people are threatening to quit the game, they're threatening to boycott the new skins, they're threatening to blah 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 blah. I'm sure at least 3 Epic employees have got doxxed because of this. And well, people in my mentors are calling me a dumbass and saying I'm sucking Epic's dick and shit. Now, I think the community is overreacting and being a little bit stupid yet again. Also, I myself tweeted, I completely disagree with Epic slowly charging more for in-game cosmetics. I've always praised Fortnite for being on the cheaper side within the gaming space, but I'll be incredibly sad if that changes. However, I'm not sure this is what the change is doing, but we will have to see. And I said, it seems everyone is assuming this will mean a substantial change, and I assumed it was just made to the locker look less cluttered. At the end of the day, you always have to decide for yourself what is worth your money, and there are many cosmetics in the game that are not for me. Then Fortnite themselves had this to say. They said, hey, the change to remove color labeling from shop items doesn't change our approach in the way we price things. We just want to simplify the appearance of Fortnite, the locker, the shop, etc., and remove outdated battle royale inspired systems. So I think the community is overreacting like something I've never seen before. One of the smallest changes, that it doesn't even matter to me in the slightest. Again, it's a little color that goes next to your character in the locker. However, the locker UI is terrible, and this change seems like something they planned for maybe a bigger change to the locker or the UI in general. But if that's the case, then they should not have released this beforehand. So I think everyone was kind of just assuming, well, the locker's horrible, so this isn't a locker change, this is an item shop change, meaning that Fortnite is going to price their items higher and higher. And I already know people had some issues with the hail skin and that one dandelion emote, thinking that they were both priced just too expensive. And I will agree that I didn't think the pricing on those was right, but we've had that before with skins coming out and they're just not priced right. People don't really buy them and they don't mess with them. That, and a lot of people seem to think that the new avatar skins are super expensive, like we've never even seen before. But that is where I will disagree again. The skins themselves, you can tell, are epic rarity, and they have a rare pickaxe attached to them, making the bundle 2,000 V-Bucks with a back bling. Now, I do think they should have all been bundled together. It's weird that only Katara and Zuko are bundled together, because I feel like if you want them all for a better price, obviously you're gonna want Toph too. Also, if you plan on buying them, make sure to use code JoJoJosiah. This is one of my favorite clubs that's ever been added to the game, and it's fucking awesome. So please use my code. But for example, I mean, Goku was 2,000 V-Bucks, Vegeta was 1,800, and Vegeta only had the emote and the changing styles. And then we just gotten other skins. Collabs are generally more expensive, and people are like, oh, but the TMT collab was so cheap. But I don't think people are considering that the TMNT skins are basically just color variants of each other. So I think Epic wanted to price it in a way where people wanted to buy the full bundle, even though the skins are very moderately changed from one another. And again, I think the avatar skins probably should have been 1,800 per, and they should have been bundled together in a trio instead of only 2 of them and then Toph just sitting there on the side like she doesn't know what's happening. But when people are in my mentions on Twitter saying that I'm a dumbass and I'm guzzling Epic's for this, I think that is ridiculous. I'm just trying to have a conversation with what I would think would be best for the game and how people are overreacting. Let's come to some sort of understanding so that we can actually be like, hey, Epic, you need to fix this thing. Instead, people are complaining about the price of the items, like, oh, they're so ridiculous, and Epic themselves said they don't have any plans on changing that. So your criticisms are not even placed in the right place. All of the criticism right now needs to be on the locker UI, and I know a lot of people are placing their criticism correctly there, so good on you for that. But at the end of the day, it's a locker UI. Why are we taking it so seriously like it's the end of the world? Epic has already said they're working on it. Yes, it's been a while. Let's give them a few more months. Again, you can place your criticisms on Epic, but people are threatening to quit the game. Again, threatening to quit the game over a locker change is so odd to me, which kind of goes into my next point of this video. I genuinely think some people have an obsession to cosmetics in this game. I was thinking about it today. I feel like a lot of people only play this game because of the cosmetics, and I think that is very odd. If it's just frustrating to you, but you kind of get over it and you want it to be fixed, but you don't care that much as to shit talk people on Twitter, just be overly aggressive and overly negative, then I understand that. But a lot of people act like this is the only funny aspect to Fortnite. Like, this season has genuinely been one of my favorite seasons in a while, and a locker change is not gonna make me freak out and say like I'm quitting the game. I think that's ridiculous, and I don't understand that mindset at all. If you only play Fortnite for the cosmetics, I would genuinely suggest finding a game that like does things better for that reason. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of games out there that would satisfy your needs more than Fortnite would. Plus, you'd probably be saving a lot of money. But even in the gaming space, Fortnite is one of the most competitive ones. The prices of Overwatch skins, Valorant skins, and more are like ridiculous. I mean, for a set in Valorant, it straight up costs you like $100. You will not see me buying one of those ever. So I think as a community, I would like the message of this video to be, let's just calm down, you know, let's just chill out, and let's focus our criticisms of Epic where they are deserved. I mean, blaming this change on the metaverse was something I saw a lot of people doing, and I thought that was wild. I have my own issues with the metaverse, and I have a lot of issues with it. But I think a locker change and them getting rid of the rarity is not like Tim Sweeney's fault, and it's not this big metaverse issue. Also, in terms of cosmetics, the metaverse has existed in Fortnite for forever. At some point, you need to really look at the game and go, is this what I even like anymore? Like, do I really even need to care this much about it? Because I think for a lot of people, they just straight up don't even like the game anymore, but they're still obsessed with it. A lot of people just genuinely need to look in the mirror and go, do I like this? Does it bring me happiness? And just really sit there and analyze it for yourself. Because for me, what brings me happiness about Fortnite is playing games with my friends, you know, having talks late at night while we're just gaming on Fortnite, shooting the shit, and really just that community feel of like having a good time together. I love streaming customs with my chat because we're all just having fun, and to me it just reminds me of my childhood, of all my friends, you know, going to the playground and shooting our fake guns and picking up sticks and acting like they're swords. And when a collab like Avatar just came out, which is literally one of my all-time favorite shows as a kid and brings bending into my favorite game, like, of course I'm gonna love that. And being able to share these memories that I've had with my friends and be able to do these big community events, and there's so much about Fortnite that I truly love. And then when it comes to the stuff that I don't like, I just don't really interact with it. I don't have to care about it. You know, I'll make YouTube videos and I'll talk about it, discuss about it, and I want the overall community to, you know, have these productive discussions to try to make the game go towards a better place. But when it comes to just tearing other people down, bitching on Twitter, yelling at employees, blaming Tim Sweeney, wishing death threats upon him, I mean, you guys are going too far. At the end of the day, put your money where your mouth is. If you think things are too expensive, do not buy them. Fortnite will then adjust the price just like they did with Fortnite Festival, just like they did with Rocket Racing, and they'll be like, okay, no one's buying this, it's too expensive, we gotta put it down. And even then, if you think it's still too expensive, then do not buy it. There are plenty of cosmetics in the game that I think are not worth it, they're too expensive, and so I don't even touch them. But as always, I just want to say thank you guys for always supporting me. Thank you for using my code, joining my Patreon. I have a lot of videos in the works, and a lot of really good ones. Again, they're just fun times with my friends, and that's what I care about. And again, I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments, but I would say just in general, try to chill out. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say something. If you want someone else to watch that has incredibly good takes just about Fortnite, the community, and more, you should go check out my friend Klarque Clint. He's gonna make a video on this topic if he hasn't already, and I guarantee you'll find it interesting. He might not even agree with me, we might be on completely separate sides, but generally speaking, Klarque is another person that just genuinely cares about Fortnite and the direction it's going, and is willing to have conversations with people that completely disagree with him. You probably already know him from some of my videos, and he's gonna be in more soon. But yeah, just go check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description, and as always, keep on squirting.